Thank you for the gift of life. We thank you that we have ushered into a brand new month full of life and health. And Lord, as we even gather here today, we pray that you will be with us as we start, even as we come to a close, that you shall protect us. And even those that are on the way, Lord, you will be with them. We pray that whatever we're going to learn here will be of great benefit in our lives as artists, and even those that are here to seek knowledge, that we're going to apply these things even as we get our craft from one level to another. And let the talents that you have bestowed upon us be a blessing to your people, to the world all around us, Lord. For it is in Jesus' name we pray, believing and trusting. Amen. Amen. All right. While still standing, kindly, national anthem. Dovuku, relax. All right, let's all be standing for the national anthem, please. Take your seats. Asanteni sana. Just a little bit of housekeeping as we start once again. For those who are joining us, karibuni, karibuni, welcome, welcome, welcome. Mwalimu Rachel is my name. I'll be your moderator this afternoon, even as we head into the evening. And while we're here, we must adhere to COVID regulations, you know, the MOH, the World Health Organization. So you are kindly requested to have your masks on. All right, so kindly put on your masks. As you can see, we have tried to also distance the tables. We have sanitizers also that will be going around the room. So this is a safe place, all right? Something else, in case you'd like to use the bathroom, the washrooms, to the right, immediately after the doors, all right, the back of the room, your extreme right, that's where you'll find the signage for the washrooms. So you take a right and then you take another right, and that is going to lead you to the washrooms in case you need to relieve yourselves. Ladies, if you need to powder your nose a little bit. The beautiful bathrooms, by the way. We're here at the Serena Hotels, and tunashukuru kwamba we have all these facilities, okay? Lunch will be served a little bit later on. Kindly be patient. I know the food has already been laid out for us. While we're here, I encourage us to use the hashtags Boomplay Artists Forum. You can see how artists inaandikwa tafadhalini, kwa hivyo tutumie hiyo spelling naomba. Pia Boomplay Artists Forum KE is also another hashtag we need to use as you take your pictures. Feel free by the way to take your pictures, videos, and tag at Boomplay KE as well. That's a Boomplay Music KE. And the other hashtag is Hennessy KE. They're the guys who are going to be sanitizing our throats later on. Except Moji Shot Baba, hata kunywa. Okay then, while we're here, we want this to be a very interactive session, all right? So it's not, you know, strict silence, you know, space. I encourage our artists to ask as many questions as they may have, even as we have our panelists up on stage. Or kama something is not clear, we'll have a roaming mic. And our Boomplay crew are in full black, utawaona. Wataweza kupitisha microphone ili kaweze kufikia. So kama utakuwa na swali, unaweza inua mkono. mic itakufikia, ukaweze kuuliza swali or maybe a comment or two, right? But keep it brief and short and to the point. Tafadhali, short and sweet. So at this point in time, I'd love to welcome the lady who has made this forum possible. She is the one who is also catering to everything that we shall be consuming here today. Yeye ndo analipa bill ya kila kitu. Kwa hivyo kula kabisa, kunywa jibambe. All right. And she's also the visionary behind this amazing forum. Now, this is one lady that the first time I met her, I could tell she's a leader. She stepped into the room and immediately I knew she's the one in charge without even having, to introduce herself. And she has done an amazing job with Boomplay as we have seen their progress and their growth over the years. It is my extreme pleasure to welcome the MD East Africa for Boomplay, Martha Uro. Clap tafadhali. Ni yeye analipa bill. Tupige makofi.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Upandei, hello. Najua nimewaweka sana but munijibu na viga. Hello.
Hello.
Inside, hello. Mko sawa? First of all, I'm very sorry for keeping you. Our artists nawaona. I will not mention names, but yes, this is the proper time. This is the time that was ordained. Thank you very much, Mwalimu, for the great introduction. And all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, let me start off by thanking each and every one of you for coming. It's truly an honor. You accepted the invitation that was extended, and you're here. And truly, we are going to make Boomplay Artist Forum 2021 global. On behalf of the local, regional, and international Boomplay team, I'm saying asante sana. First and foremost, allow me to introduce my team. Do you want to see my team?
Oh, yes.
The people who made all this possible. The people, if you have a problem, you see, or you want to fight, you don't fight me, you fight them. Or if you're happy, you also see them. So I'll start by Elizabeth Karuru. Liz, you can just stand and wave. Liz, that's Liz. I'm sure most of you have interacted with her one way or another. She's our content acquisition manager. Arthur Olo, Jinx, popularly known as Jinx. They're somewhere calling artists. He's our artist relations manager. I'm sure you will interact with them as the forum goes on. I have Lawi Odera. Is Lawi here? This is Lawi. He's the content operations manager. So if you send any content on Boomplay and it's not uploaded on time, this is the person to see. Or if you want your content curated, playlists, slides, push notifications, he's the person to see. Keith Mwangi. Keith has just stepped out. He's the marketing manager. So for all the brand placements and everything, that's Keith. Camila Owora. She's the PR manager, so anything affiliated to the Boomplay brand, she's the one who's in charge of. Della Mbaya. That's Della. Boomplay has a faction that is called Buzz. It's our own entertainment section, and she's the country manager. And we also have an extended team that joined us, Natasha Stambuli. She's the general manager for TZ. So if you ever find yourself in the TZ region, she's my representation in that region. Thank you very much to the team for the work that you've done continuously and also for organizing all this. I'm truly very proud. So I would like to dive into it and make it very short, sweet, and punchy because I don't want to waste any more of your time. I've just mentioned that Boomplay is the largest music streaming service in Africa. And part of our aim is to build the largest and most reliable digital music ecosystem in Africa. Forums like this make such things come to fruition. We are here to create conversations, to drive conversations, to educate you, our artists, and your teams on different avenues and benefits available on the platform that is Boomplay that you can latch on. We currently boast of an extensive catalog of over 65 million songs. Isn't that impressive?
Oh, yes.
65 million songs. Thank you very much. And this is both international and local, and local I mean the African market, and over 60 million monthly active users on the platform. A number that is exponentially growing, of course. And our platform offers you a legal channel. That's why I have my legal representation over here. David Kate, please wave to these people. We are well represented. Yes, and your music is consumed, and most importantly, you get paid for it. As a matter of fact, Boomplay has one of the highest pay-per streams in the market. Hence, the topic of the day. Get streamed, get paid. And as artists, you guys form a very integral part of our business. Without you, I mean, we would have just folded our bags and gone home. We delight in every opportunity where we can create, educate, and promote your craft. Over the past few years, we've witnessed a very good increase. In 2020, we saw an increase of albums. 2019, we had very few albums coming out. I remember there's an year I had to tell my team, just call these artists because they are not releasing music. But we saw an exponential growth in 2018 where we had over 20 albums and EPs collectively being dropped in a single year. And this year, that number has grown higher, depending on the, based on the data that we have on the platform. Of course, I mean, COVID last year was what it was, and the industry was caught unawares, and we were rapidly forced to adapt. And at Boomplay, we actually saw a 200% increase in terms of streams. Isn't that impressive?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that impressive? I'm sure some of you received very heavy checks from the same. And all this is you guys breaking the glass ceiling. Nonetheless, we have a lot of work to do. We can't just hang our tools and say that now that Boomplay has said we have a 200% increase, we are arrive. Tumefika.
Tumefika.
Yes, I mean, we drive actionable solutions at Boomplay. We ensure that the Kenyan music ecosystem unlocks its full potential, and we become your preferred streaming partner. With this, I would like to mention a few things that we do at Boomplay to ensure that this is possible. Music distribution. Our physical presence at the moment, we are in 6 countries, that is Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Cameroon. So this means that you can be a Kenyan artist and we can fashion plans for you to be pushed in Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon or Cote d'Ivoire. Marketing, we understand the importance of further disseminating information to your fans. Your fans are important. Music is an emotional connection. And the connection that the artists or the content providers have with their fans is unbreakable. So we try to fashion some things in marketing to ensure that this is realized and also is upheld. Facilitation of collaborations. You can be a Kenyan artist and we can facilitate collaborations in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in all the countries that we have presence in, because the same relationships that I have with you here is the same relationships that my counterparts have in the other regions. Production. In 2019, I stood at another hotel and I said, we have $1 million for you. And in true Kenyan fashion, watu walikujia hiyo pesa. So far so good, I've been able to release 14 projects, albums and EPs combined. Isn't that something impressive?
Absolutely.
Yeah? 14 projects is no joke. 14 projects, and I'm sure you've actually seen all of them because we make a lot of noise. And that is not the end. We are not tired and will not be tired anytime soon. So keep those production proposals coming and we'll definitely review. These are some of the reasons that we pride ourselves. And when we say we are number one, it's not bragging because it's facts. Should I repeat that again?
Yes.
It's not bragging if it's facts. And this year, we hit a major milestone, and this one I'm sure all of you are excited about. We hit a major milestone with a partnership with Billboard charts. In simple terms, what that means is the streams from your content will account for the Billboard global charts, Billboard Top 100, Billboard Top 200, the Billboard US and global and other global charts, and your streaming data will be included. Isn't that something that is quite commendable? And Boomplay is the first African platform to do that. Thank you very much. This is definitely a huge win because that means that we'll be put at a pedestal with our international counterparts. Tuko hapo hata sisi, we extend the reach and we showcase what we have. And I think I've spoken a lot, and I would like to come to an end by just saying, listen to the panelists. The panelists that have been chosen are cherry-picked. They are cherry-picked for simple reasons. To drive the conversations that need to be had, to show the tools that are needed in this market to take our industry to the next level, and to show us how to get streamed and get paid. Because all of us, we want to get paid. Cindy, all of us want to get paid.
Oh, yes.
Yes, even me, I want to. So we challenge the status quo and overcame a number of obstacles, but one thing we remain is undefeated. That for sure is the Kenyan spirit. And as Oji said, let's keep up the Champez spirit. Asanteni sana, and let me declare the Boomplay Artist Forum 2021 officially opened.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Martha. Thank you so much. All right, I think we're ready to now meet our panelists for this first session. And I'm glad to call this gentleman a friend. We chat from time to time about music, about the entertainment industry, about family life and what have you. He's a family man already, you can tell. More to that, he's been in the industry being a mover and shaker, doing his thing, kutoka kwa mziki, and even into film. This guy right here, anajijua tayari, anaweza anza kusimama akikuja kwenye podium. Hi, Faki. Creative talent and business management. Now, that may seem like a lot and you're wondering exactly what does he do? And like I said, he's even into film. He made a movie called 40 Sticks. Anyone who was able to watch it? Because I did. Nani aliona 40 Sticks? Somebody. No, usiogope. Hata labda niko na voucher nataka kukupatia. Unajua mkisikia voucher na pesa ndo mtainua mikono. Kwa hivyo 46 tuliona. Si ndio? So someone who has really gone through it from experience when it comes to music and even the entertainment industry, and has vast knowledge about this industry of ours. A recent tweet that he put out, Fakiliwali, anza kutembea hapa, tutakupigia makofi. Akasema, numbers don't lie. Numbers also don't reveal their source at face value. Curiosity is a powerful thing. It builds numbers. Numbers are legal tender in today's music and entertainment business. You just need to keep finding answers to and then, to milk the numbers. Makes a lot of sense, eh? Someone who's definitely going to be telling us more about it. Faki, karibu sana. Once again, a round of applause, please. The next person that I'm going to call. Now, funny thing, the first time I met this guy, nilim confused na wewe Faki. As in, I was young, I was joined the radio business as an intern at Homeboys Radio. And I met this guy, I think, in a corridor somewhere. I was like, Faki, hi. He looked at me and said, no, it's not Faki. So I was like, oh gosh, have I confused you with somebody else? Turns out, it was the maestro himself, super producer. Nani? Kwa hivyo hata niwe unaweza mconfuse naye, si ndio? Wanafanana? Kwa umbali? Yes, no? And so Eric Musyoka is a celebrated, prolific Kenyan music producer and sound engineer who began his career 24 years ago. Well, some of us were still babies in this industry, right? And his musical journey started when he became part of a 90s rap group, Nanoma. So you kama anaweza tuspitia lines moja mbili. We'll put you up to the challenge at some point. You have to be our icebreaker at some point. All right, so he was in that group. And more to that, I mean, he established his brand and career at Homeboys when he joined. He then rose and became even the first producer and sound engineer who later on went to win the coveted Kisima Producer of the Year Award. That was a big deal then, is still a big deal now. So again, people who, like Martha said, cherry-picked to give us information, and information is power. He also went on now to establish his own outfit, Decimal Media, under which specializes in music production, artist management, audio post-production, film scoring, location recording, and fully fledged record label, Decimal Records. Tumpatie makofi yake tafadhali. It's important that we give them their flowers while they're still here with us. Sindio? Yes? Yes. So when these opportunities arise, I will give them their flowers. I'm going to celebrate them. And Happy New Month, by the way. Happy New Month, guys. Happy New Month. Yes. All right. Who else do we have on this panel? We have an amazing guy by the name Arthur Olo. Arthur. You might know him as Jinx. And the first time we met, I asked him, Jinx, why is your name Jinx? Because Jinx is not exactly a safe word, right? I mean, when somebody says, you guy, you've jinxed me, bana. So it's like, it's bad luck. It's an omen, it's something. I can't remember what he told me when I asked him that question. But Jinx, join us up here, tafadhali. And he is artist relations manager here at Boomplay. I work hand in hand with Jinx when it comes to, and this is even my relationship with Boomplay and how I've come to say Boomplay are like Energy Radio's allies. We are friends. We work very close together when it comes to supplying of music to me, as well as artists. Killer Friday, I have a feature called Energy Fun Fave Discovery. Now on this feature, I get to actually give up-and-coming artists a platform to come and, play the music, be interviewed, and so on and so forth. And I heavily rely on Jinx to tell me, this is the next guy, this one is popping, give this one a chance. So ukiwa hapa kama msanii, Jinx is the guy who you now need to get, to know and to keep close to you. Atakusaidia sana, linking you up with interviews and even your music being played, all right? We also have Boniface Nyaga, who is the entertainment journalist and CEO, Mawaidha. Sijui kama Boniface yuko? Yuko? Yes. We were with him outside just a few minutes ago. Naona utaka upande ule. Yes, sir. Asante sana. Ameniambia ni wa kutoka Embu na mimi ni Muembu. Kwa hivyo tumepatana kule nje akiwa ananipatia interview kidogo. Na nikajua kumbe ni mtu wa nyumbani kabisa. So, just so we can know more about him, he is the founder and CEO of Mawaidha and heads the consultancy arm of the company. He has 17 years of event, entertainment, and media experience. He has penned over 1,500 articles for the Nation Media Group digital, print platforms, and music as well in Africa under the pen name Boninyaga. He has also made several media appearances on NTV, on Citizen, and even on KTN. He is the press secretary for the East African DJ Association and a founding member of the Kenya Association of Arts and Entertainment Journalists. Kwa hivyo, karibu sana. Karibuni sana, gents. Camila, we need to have more ladies on this panel next time. I shall put you up to that task. Tuko pamoja? Yes? Yes. But I feel good, at least now I get to be the center of attention. Maybe we can move this away? Just a second. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, welcome guys. You know, artists are here very eager to learn how they can move their craft from one level to another. Talent is great. And many people and many artists will tell you, mimi niko na talanta, mimi niko talented, unaona? Lakini, how do we move then that talent from discovery point of view to now a business, a brand, something that someone can say, I want to work with this artist, nataka I endorse product yangu, nataka akwe face ya product yangu, and so on and so forth. And maybe we can start with, let's start with Fakir. From your tweet, you even said, it's all about the numbers. Take us through that. From your tweet, umesema nini exactly, and how does this then affect the artist, and how can they work on their numbers to move from one point to another in their musical journey?
Number one, you know the joke about sometimes we see football players in the field, and it's always the joke of maybe we're trying to force them to play football and it's not their interest.
Hiyo ni timu gani unataka kuchongoa? Ni timu gani unataka kuchongoa? Arsenali, eh?
So I think number one is interest in what the artist is doing. Because some people want to just do it for fun. Some people are looking to do it for fame, which is not a bad thing. But if you're interested in doing it as a business and branding yourself as a business, one of the very important things to do is to ensure that you actually understand the business. So as much as you're front-facing in terms of the brand, you need to have an interest in what your brand is doing. You need to have an interest in how your numbers are performing, how to get more numbers, the revenue streams, how the world is performing, how your competitors are performing, and I always give this example of, and allow me to use a Tanzanian artist in this case, so that it doesn't look like it's favoring or victimizing a Kenyan artist. We know the artist Diamond, but there's a guy called Nasib. Now, those are two different people. Yes, Diamond is Nasib, but those are two different people in this sense. There's a team that works with Diamond, and they have regular meetings, weekly meetings, or twice a week, or whatever number. But during those meetings, it's not Diamond who comes in for the meeting. It's Nasib who comes in for the meeting, because Diamond is on the table as a brand being discussed. And they discuss, they go through numbers, they go through plans, and then when they get out of that meeting, then Nasib has to go and reconcile with Diamond and execute. My point being, you have to be Diamond on stage, but you also have to be Nasib in the boardroom. In your boardroom with your team, you have to have an interest in what you're doing. You have to have an interest in where the numbers coming from. Why do we have less numbers this time? how can we improve on these numbers? What are these numbers vis-a-vis the revenue? Because are we then having bigger numbers on platforms that don't give us as much revenue, for example?
Right.
So I guess business interest is very key.
All right. Now you've mentioned a lot in there, and it's a lot to unpack, especially when, say, you are an up-and-coming artist. You probably don't have the eyeballs as much. You probably don't have the networks as much, or maybe you're just starting and you're trying to build up on that. Where is the best place to start? Musyoka, the best place to start in our day and age now, ndo useme, okay, at least niko na hii, ama at least this is working for me.
Well, I was once an upcoming artist. And the difference between an established artist and an upcoming artist, an upcoming artist has all the time to experiment.
Right,
And make mistakes and fail.
right.
There's a certain point you reach, you cannot make mistakes anymore because of the severity of the decisions you make. So you always have to look at yourself. At what point am I? Because at some point, let me just use the example of somebody like Jay-Z, who was completely transcended from just being an artist to an entrepreneur. At every starting point of his career, of his transition, he is starting something. So I asked myself that question: at what point in life am I at? Because time is money, yeah, and it's the only thing that you can never recover. And therefore, you have to be there's a slang saying, jite kamkutano, and ask yourself, where am I in this time? Where am I in this frame of my career? And what can I do to make sure that I get to the next level? How are my decisions going to affect my career progression?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Boni, hebu tuambie, how important is it? Kwa sababu, say, just like what Musyoka has mentioned, you need to understand where you are, what point you're in. Right now, we're in the digital era. Artists they want to trend. They want their name out there. They want the music to trend and for people to talk about them. How can they start on their own platforms so that they become the initiators of such content? Ama they have to rely on vloggers such as yourself and writers such as yourself so that they can get their music out there and their name out there? How can they do that?
Digital revolution, the best way I can explain to it is like when they discovered the printing machine. That's how much digital has changed communication. We're in the age of what we call 360 communication.
Right.
I write for Nation. My articles come out on Nation. I have a PR side of my company where we reach to every single media house. But I can tell you, as a new artist, this is the big screen. Okay? Your phone is your big screen. Look at how there's what you call artists discovery or breaking into the market. These days you see how news and media has changed. Newspaper used to break news maybe in the 60s.
Yeah.
Extra, read all about it.
True.
Then when radio came, which is your space, you took over that spot of you hear the news first on radio, and then maybe you read about it on newspaper. When TV came, that changed. So now we're in the digital space. If something happens right now, it'll be on Twitter within the next 5 seconds.
True.
By the time I'm writing about it on newspaper, it'll be probably 2-3 days. So the role has changed. So the role of setting the agenda is on your phone.
Right.
I was just having a nice conversation with Caro from Bandbeck, and we were calling it strategic. There's Kiki, and then it's strategic. So I think there is all about you and your brand. Okay. There are people who have thrived on Kiki, and it's almost unfair, but especially some of the gospel brands, you can't use Kiki because Kiki will work against you. You can try, but
See, they say all publicity is good publicity.
It depends with your brand. Okay. On my agency side, we do a lot of brand management, and brand brand management is the most unfair thing on the planet, because one brand will do something and get away with it. Exactly. Another brand will do. I mean, think of what's this guy? Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has a scandal, loses more than 100-200 million in revenue.
Right.
You know, R. Kelly was having scandals for years and still selling, you get?
Yeah.
So it depends, you have to be very, very careful how you're strategic. It's called being strategic, that kiki. Even publicity stunts. I mean, in PR, publicity stunts is a tool of trade,
Yeah.
I have to admit. I cannot tell you which skills we have done, but even my agents, we've done some good stunts. But you have to be very careful. It's like a knife edge, you know?
I hear
Literally, you're on a knife edge.
It's like what Musyoka pia amesema, lazima ujite mkutano ujiulize, okay, niko wapi? And you know, whatever move you make, can you survive it? Can you get away with it? Or maybe it's going to be detrimental to, you know, your brand. Jinx, I want to know, the Kenyan artists right now, because you work with so many Kenyan artists on the Boomplay platform, right? And I hope that by now, you already have your Boomplay app, you've downloaded it, you have it from your Google Play Store, from your App Store, and that you're even looking at, you know, where the Kenyan music is at, ikija kwa the most played, you know, like who's the most streamed Kenyan female and male and all of that. Jinx, are our Kenyan artists pushing it on their digital platforms, tuanzie hapo? Ama, and this is where I also have a thing or two to mention because I've noticed, they only speak to us, their fans, when they have music out. They don't really speak to us on a one-on-one level. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, few people get it as far as, you know, having a brand story and developing it frequently because, you know, music is one element of what you do as an artist, but there's so many facets to how you connect with your audience, what we call retention. So, you know, your live shows have to be spectacular. You know, if I read an article about you, how you position yourself, how you speak about certain issues, what you stand for, you know, as far as your social media as well, which is a very important tool in this era. And so many other things, like what other businesses are you developing? That's the whole brand story. So, I mean, and that's mostly for guys who are more established. You know, at that level, you have to connect with your audiences in multiple facets. But I usually say the most important thing as an artist is the music. So I put artistic growth as the #1 priority. And, you know, for that, I usually say whether it's traveling to open you up to new perspective, new ideas, new people, whether it's reading books, whether it's actually watching movies and kind of deciphering what happened there, because you put out what you take in. So you better be taking in a whole lot of value for you to offer value to your consumers.
Right.
So I'd say artistic growth is the priority, and when the music connects, now you could build on the other facets that have that audience retention.
I hear you. I'd really like to encourage our amazing artists to connect with their consumers. And this is, again, an observation of mine because I also look at what our Kenyan artists are doing pale online. It's a great place to sell your music, to tell guys, hey, go and stream my music on Boomplay, go and download my music. Here's the link to, you know, on my Boomplay, you know, playlist and whatnot. But other than that, pia watu wanataka connect nawe kama mtu. Unajua, ukwe na karakter flani, ukwe intriguing, ukwe interesting, utupatie story. Mi ufollow mtu kama Ndovuku pale on IG. I'm always there on his Insta stories. Just lurking and seeing what else is happening with him when he's taking his walks and then working out, anasema kitambi lazima iende. You know, that's something that's going to be interesting for even, you know, your fans to be like, I know a thing or two about Ndovuku other than his music. Hi, Nikita. Hi, how are you? Looking lovely. Congratulations, by the way, Afrima. Yes! Come on, guys. Come on. We're here to give them their flowers, Cindy. So, Karibu, it's good to see you. I made a joke the other day on radio, very quickly before we go to other matters. And I recorded a video, right? So there I was with my co-host, DJ Exclusive. And we're talking about her amazing performance at, what was the event again? Yes, Pizza and Wine. And she came out looking amazing. Sindio? She was just looking amazing, sexy as hell. And then I was like, wait, unajua, Nikita tulipatana first time pale kwa line ya kuumbwa. You know, I was a spirit. And she was a spirit as well. And nilikuwa mbele yake. Lakini Nikita akakuja akaniomba akasema, "Ai please mwalimu acha niende mbele, niko na haraka, nini, you know, I'm in a rush." So I said, "Nikita, you know you're younger than me, so it's okay. I'm going to let you cut the line. Go ahead. Go get you some flesh, okay?" And I was left behind her. She went in front of the line and I don't know why God was so alikuwa na psych. Sawa. Akampachika udongo, akampachika udongo, akampachika udongo. Akajazwa kabisa. By the time I was getting to that line, to the front, she had taken everything. Everything.
Except the beauty, love. You're beautiful. Thank you very much.
I love you.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful joke and we laughed about it in studio. So anyway, we need to move on now. And maybe we can open up for a little bit of Q&A so that pia watu wache kunyamaza sana. Msione ya kwamba eti tuko hapa. We're not just having a conversation up here. We want to engage with you, like I said. And for even those of us who are watching us on the live stream, thank you so much for joining us. Where are we on the live stream? Here, there we go. Mambo namna gani? You can ask questions, maybe you can also engage with us there and tell us msanii gani umespot, nani ungependa kupatia shout out, all right? So we've got the roaming mic, and maybe there's a challenge or two you've been facing as an artist in getting your craft from one level to another. You can just simply raise your hand, the mic will get to you, you can direct that question to the particular panelist that is up here, and you will be answered. I don't know if there's a question so far, a comment. We're just starting, we're just getting the place warmed up, all right? I guess there's none. Sawa sawa. All right, because of the interest of time, and I know that food has already been laid out for us. Oh, is there a question? Oh, no question, all right. I think we are ready to serve. Camila, are we ready? Yes? We proceed with lunch? Good, thank you. Camila is also a very instrumental person I really work with up IV from Boomplay. And because we started a little bit late and lunch has already been, you know, laid out for us, I asked that first our panelists go and serve, all right? And then we'll have the front tables join, and then, of course, table there, Kina Martha Pale, and all those other reserved tables. You can also join the panelists as we serve lunch. Later, we will come back and continue on with this, with the second session of the panel, so that now we can learn more things as we go along. Like I said, we're just warming up, we're just starting. So even as we start, even as we have our lunch, you have notebooks on your tables. So if you have any question, note it down. Then later on, we'll have another Q&A session for you to now ask away. So like I said, we're here to interact and to learn from one another. DJ wetu, DJ Iro, mambo fiti kabisa. Tupatie mziki kidogo as we start off. So let's just begin.